This is Africa. People care more about those animals than the African people. And the other thing that people care when come to Africa is poor people. Yeah, I said it. Poor people. If you are not poor, you are not African. I will show you a short video to explain my point.
I think it's also important that we focus on spinning a more positive story about Africa. Too many of the NGOs and celebrities and charities around are very focused on perpetuating a negative stereotype about the continent, which cannot be helpful to raise the very young Africans that are coming up across the continent. That is of no value to be negative, and yet that's what we see across the continent. So I think we just need to do more of what we know works and less of what we know does not work. In fact, there is no country on earth today that has achieved economic development and reduced poverty by relying on aid. Not a single one. And yet we're pushing a product that we know doesn't work at a time when we know what does work. And that's what the issue is here.
Now that you got the idea, I will give you a brief introduction about myself. This is me. The day I came to this world, everyone celebrated, as if Jesus came back to the world. But I'm clever enough to not get myself crucified, especially in Africa, where human rights are negotiable, except for the lions and the elephant. Anyway, I'm not Jesus, and I will never be like this guy. Screw Jesus, if that story is even real. I was born there, in Africa, and I moved abroad to further my studies. Even though most African people tend to have more common sense and leadership skill than people from the West. It might be a surprise for you, but most of African countries have schools, and actually people wear clothes. And back home, we really take serious the natural selection. The strong survive and the weak just perish. That's why African people tend to be strong compared to people from other continents. I know when you hear the word strong, big and Africa, only one thing comes to your mind and you're going to hell for that. Anyway, I will explain how did I manage to travel from my country to countries outside of Africa. First, I took a taxi to Lagos. Once I got there, I met some African scammer so that I can get money, passport and visa. After I gathered all my stuff in Lagos, I took a train. But it was an old train, you know, it's Africa. An old train that still works with wood and coal. This old train took me to Egypt. I know you are surprised or even shocked. You didn't know that Egypt is in Africa. Anyway, when I arrived in Egypt, I managed to rent some camels that took me to Kenya, Nairobi. Once in Kenya, I paid some smugglers to travel overseas. You know, we Africans prefer to use smugglers to travel overseas. That's why people always look at us and kindly say, go back to Africa, cause this is not your country, as if you all can survive without Africa. And that's how African people travel overseas. And this video was brought to you by Somali pirates. Really, I hope you didn't believe in this story. If you did, screw you, and also I won't be surprised if you also believe that Africa is a big country full of HIV and poverty, where the actual president is Mugabe or Kagame and the last one was Nelson Mandela. I won't even mention Boko Haram. I hope you enjoyed this video and learn a bit if there's something to learn in this video. And I didn't make this video to make you feel bad or feel guilty. It was not the intention all this time. It was to raise awareness about Africa. Africa is more than what you see on the TV. Anyway, enjoy yourself and enjoy the video. Hi, I actually posted this video in 2017, but I deleted my whole channel because I was too shy back then. Looking back, it was a stupid mistake. You might be wondering, why did I make this video? As I said before in the video, I moved abroad to further my studies, and while I was there, people used to ask me a lot of stupid questions. Like, they really ask a ton of stupid questions about Africa. It kinda started to get annoying, so I decided to make this video to share with all of my friends so that they reassess their own intelligence and stop with stupidity. It was Like, you all in college, you all college student like me, you all have smartphone with a direct access to Google and also very good reliable internet. Something that most Africans didn't have back then or didn't have back then. So you are gonna tell me that you cannot do a basic Google search and learn a bit of geography or just search for a bit of common sense. Like, just search for how many continents are there. Is Africa a country? Are there reliable internet in Africa? Or are there internet in Africa? Do they have roads and airports? How did they travel? You know, basic question. But I never shared this video. Because as I said before, I was too shy back then, like 3 years ago. And I even went as far by taking down my whole channel. Because I didn't want people to find out that, or just to see me in the internet. But now, I'm the opposite of shy. Not an asshole, by the way. I finally defeated my shy persona and my introvert tendency. In simple words, I don't give a single damn about people's opinion. Thanks for staying.